In late 2016, XXXTentacion's breakout single, Look at Me, a chaotic burst of distorted 808s, blown-out mixing, and clipped vocals, began charting on the Billboard Hot 100 with no label push, radio play, or video. Uploaded months earlier to SoundCloud, the song spread rapidly across Reddit forums, meme pages, and Twitter threads. Its DIY mix and jagged delivery made it feel like an act of rebellion, especially to Gen Z fans bored with radio polish. At the same time, X, born Jase Onfroy, was in jail, facing charges of aggravated battery against a pregnant ex-girlfriend, false imprisonment, and witness tampering. News of the charges, coupled with violent videos of him fighting in jail surfacing online, added fuel to the mythos. The controversy made him impossible to ignore, and Look at Me became both a viral anthem and a symbol of SoundCloud's disruptive energy. As 2017 unfolded, X became the emotional lightning rod of the platform. His catalog ranged wildly, from the lo-fi scream rap of Young Brats and I Spoke to the Devil in Miami, to the acoustic ballads on 17. His music felt genreless, often jumping from hardcore aggression to whispered grief. When 17 dropped in August 2017, it barely resembled a rap album. With no singles, no features, and minimal beats, it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and eventually went platinum. Tracks like Jocelyn Flores and Save Me featured stripped-down guitar or piano paired with diary-like lyrics about suicide, loneliness, and guilt. By that point, he had quietly signed a distribution and record deal with Caroline Capital Music Group through Bad Vibes Forever. The industry, once skeptical of SoundCloud's chaos, now viewed it as gold. X's rawness proved there was an untapped market for pain-fueled vulnerability in hip-hop, and labels scrambled to replicate it. His rise flipped the formula. Polish wasn't necessary, marketing wasn't essential, and virality could be built entirely off emotion and controversy. In 2015, Mask the Slump God uploads Catch Me Outside to SoundCloud, a track built around a Missy Elliott sample and delivered in a machine gun cadence. The song's chaotic energy, anime punchlines, and unpredictable flow patterns quickly go viral, earning millions of plays and cementing his role as one of the platform's most original voices. Ski style, clearly influenced by Busta Rhymes' rapid-fire delivery, stands out from the emotional minimalism of his peers. He leans into outlandish punchlines and unpredictable beat choices, carving a niche that balances lyrical density with cartoon absurdity. As a result, he builds a fan base that values technical skill as much as meme-worthy bars. Throughout 2016 and 2017, Ski floods SoundCloud with freestyles, unreleased snippets, and short EPs, all while performing hyperactive live sets that turn mosh pits into a staple of underground rap shows. His persona, goofy, charismatic, and unapologetically weird, translates well online, keeping him visible even after the death of close collaborator XXXTentacion in 2018. When Stokely releases in November of that year, it debuts at number 6 on the Billboard 200, led by singles like Faucet Failure and Nuketown. That success marks one of the first major solo wins for a SoundCloud-era artist in the wake of X's passing, proving that momentum from the platform can extend beyond its chaotic origins. Stokely's performance opens the door for more SoundCloud acts to transition from digital hype to Billboard credibility. When WRLD uploads Lucid Dreams to SoundCloud in June 2017, the track's hypnotic sample of Sting's Shape of My Heart helps it spread rapidly across the platform. Reposts on major curation pages push it into rotation, while its confessional lyrics about heartbreak and betrayal resonate with teenagers navigating mental health and relationships. Within months, the track becomes one of SoundCloud's most shared songs of the year, clocking millions of plays before crossing over to Spotify and YouTube. As momentum builds, Interscope Records signs WRLD to a reported $3 million deal in early 2018, one of the largest early signings of any SoundCloud act. His ability to fuse melody with pain positions him not just as a rapper, but as a new kind of pop star. Sting later clears the sample retroactively, but takes 85% of the song's royalties. The major label debut, Goodbye and Good Riddance, arrives in May 2018 and peaks at number 4 on the Billboard 200. Driven by streaming demand and minimal promotion, Lucid Dreams hits number 2 on the Hot 100 by October, with All Girls Are the Same and Lean With Me also entering the charts. Freestyle clips from radio appearances, especially his hour-long verse at Tim Westwood TV, go viral, reinforcing his image as a naturally gifted lyricist, not just an auto-tuned hookmaker. Juice WRLD's vulnerable songwriting becomes the emotional core of what critics call emo rap, a wave that connects SoundCloud with the pop mainstream. He performs at Coachella, Lollapalooza, and Rolling Loud, marking SoundCloud's full arrival on global stages. The success of Goodbye and Good Riddance makes Juice WRLD the commercial blueprint for sad rap in the streaming era. When Trippie Redd uploads Love Scars to SoundCloud in late 2016, the track's mix of guitar loops, distorted drums, and scream-sung vocals separates him from his peers. The Ohio-born artist blends rock melodrama with cloud rap's lo-fi textures, previewing a genre fusion that doesn't yet have a name. He shares snippets of unreleased songs through Instagram, using his page like a 24/7 street team to build anticipation among fans. By the time Love Scars crosses 1 million plays, Trippie already positions himself as a cult figure, part rapper, part emo frontman, entirely internet native. His bold visual style and genre-blurring sound start to attract attention from major platforms and collaborators. In 2017, Trippie's stock rises sharply after back-to-back collaborations with XXXTentacion on Fuck Love and with Juice WRLD on 1400-999 Freestyle. Both artists already dominate SoundCloud's charts, and their cosigns give Trippie credibility far beyond his own uploads. In August 2018, his debut studio album Life's a Trip enters the Billboard 200 at number 4, selling 72,000 units in its first week and proving that emo trap can move major label numbers. Songs like Dark Knight Dummo, which features Travis Scott, push his reach even further into mainstream playlists and festival slots. Though critics debate the album's cohesion, its chart success confirms Trippie as a commercial force within a once underground movement. His ability to scale SoundCloud aesthetics into album sales sets a precedent for emotional, genre-fluid rap in the late 2010s. In 2015, Playboi Carti's breakout track Broke Boy begins circulating across SoundCloud through unofficial uploads, sparking viral momentum before it ever sees a wide release. Produced by Mexico Dro, the song's sparse keys, booming 808s, and dismissive delivery make it an instant standout on a platform overflowing with aggressive lo-fi rap. Fans repost it endlessly, helping it reach millions of streams without label support or playlist placement. Around the same time, Fetty, a track with Dash and Maxo Cream, spreads in similar fashion. Carti's slurred staccato flow draws attention from listeners and tastemakers alike. The mystique grows because he rarely releases official tracks, allowing leaks and snippets to build demand. By withholding finished music, Carti flips scarcity into strategy. His proximity to A$AP Mob in 2016 accelerates the shift from underground buzz to mainstream visibility. Carti, who spends time living with A$AP Rocky, embraces the crew's fashion-forward identity, walking in runway shows and gracing lookbooks as often as he drops songs. His association with the mob helps solidify his image as both a rapper and style icon, blurring the line between music and cultural branding. When his self-titled Playboi Carti mixtape arrives in April 2017 via Interscope, it quickly earns cult status online. Magnolia, the mixtape's biggest hit, peaks at number 29 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earns triple platinum certification by the RIAA. The success proves that his SoundCloud-era minimalism can scale commercially without sacrificing aesthetic control. Carti continues treating SoundCloud as a proving ground, often uploading half-finished versions of songs to gauge fan reactions. Leaks become part of his release ecosystem, with fans trading unreleased tracks like currency in niche Discord servers and Reddit threads. As his sound evolves, so does his image. Carti debuts the Vamp persona in 2020, marked by blood-red visuals, gothic fonts, and baby voice delivery. His influence extends beyond music, helping shift hip-hop fashion toward leather jackets, skinny jeans, and archival designer wear. Where others chase trends, Carti sets them in slow motion. His next move, a mysterious rollout for Whole Lotta Red, hinges entirely on this calculated chaos. In 2015, Lil Peep begins uploading lo-fi tracks to SoundCloud nearly every day, fusing emo guitar riffs with trunk-rattling trap drums. Born Gustav R., he builds his early catalog using beats sourced from YouTube, layering mumbled hooks and distorted vocals over samples from bands like Brand New and Oasis. His raw songwriting, focused on heartbreak, addiction, and alienation, feels closer to confessional punk than traditional rap. At the time, the sound defies major label norms, but it spreads rapidly online through Tumblr shares, fan edits, and reposts on niche hip-hop forums. His dyed hair, face tattoos, and gender-fluid fashion further set him apart visually, forming a brand that blurs genre lines and challenges industry expectations. Where most SoundCloud artists chase virality, Peep builds cult loyalty through emotion and output. By 2016, Lil Peep gains momentum through his goth boy clique Crew, a loose collective that includes Wicca Face Springs Eternal and Lil Tracy. Their collaborative EPs and group drops build a digital community around the emo trap sound, which coalesces on Peep's breakout mixtapes Crybaby and Hellboy. Though never charting on Billboard during his lifetime, both projects rack up millions of streams and earn critical acclaim for pushing genre boundaries. His success catches the attention of indie label First Access Entertainment, which signs him in 2017. But on November 15 of that year, Peep died from a fentanyl-laced Xanax overdose at just 21 years old. The tragedy halts a major label rollout, but accelerates the mythology forming around his genre-bending catalog. In the years after his death, Peep's influence becomes unavoidable across hip-hop and alternative music. Posthumous releases like Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 debut at number 4 on the Billboard 200, while artists like Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, and Ian Dior cite him as a foundational figure. His lyrics about self-harm, depression, and identity make it more acceptable for rappers to address mental health directly. Meanwhile, his aesthetic, bleached hair, chokers, black nails, reshapes how subcultural fashion moves through rap. Emo trap becomes a recognized genre tag, spawning entire playlists and festival lineups. The impact is wide enough that major labels begin scouting artists with bedroom setups and Bandcamp links, hoping to replicate his viral formula. When Post Malone uploads White Iverson to SoundCloud in February 2015, the track reaches over 1 million plays within its first month. His hazy, auto-tuned vocals over a mellow trap beat immediately catch fire, blending R&B stylings with melodic instincts more common in pop. The song's rapid spread forces major labels to take notice, with Republic Records signing him by August of that year. By then, White Iverson has charted on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned platinum certification from the RIAA. The track's appeal lies in its fusion. It feels like hip-hop, but stretches past genre conventions. Post records it just 2 days after writing it, with no album in sight. Because of that early SoundCloud momentum, Post skips the usual mixtape grind and heads straight into full-scale stardom. His debut album, Stoney, drops in December 2016 and eventually moves over 5 million units in the US, driven by hits like Congratulations. The platform that first hosted his breakout becomes the launchpad for a crossover career. Post soon headlines arena tours and lands chart-topping collaborations with artists from 21 Savage to Ozzy Osbourne. As his sound expands to include grunge guitars, country twangs, and festival-friendly hooks, Post becomes proof that viral SoundCloud fame can scale to global radio dominance. His second album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, debuts at number 1 and earns a Grammy nomination for Album of the Year. The commercial payoff signals to labels that genreless music with digital roots can still break records. When Denzel Curry uploads early tracks like Threats and Dark and Violent through Raider Clan SoundCloud network in 2012, he taps into a digital subculture hungry for raw energy. The collective, founded by Space Ghost Perp, helps spotlight Curry as a standout voice in the Florida underground. His verses, dense with socio-political references and South Florida slang, cut through the lo-fi haze with clarity and aggression. As SoundCloud becomes a testing ground for genre-bending rap, Curry uses it to sharpen a style that's equal parts punk, conscious rap, and trap. The platform's DIY ecosystem gives him freedom to challenge norms and amplify regional grit. He records and releases many tracks himself, bypassing traditional gatekeepers entirely. Curry self-releases Nostalgic 64 in September 2013, gaining critical attention for its lyrical precision and dark cinematic tone. Though it doesn't chart, the project establishes him as more than just an internet rapper. It's a full-length statement that fuses personal trauma, Miami violence, and anime references into one volatile package. As SoundCloud rewards experimentation, Curry leans harder into unfiltered expression. By 2016, his single Ultimate from the Imperial mixtape explodes online, buoyed by a viral Vine meme and YouTube compilations. Its aggressive delivery and menacing beat become synonymous with the platform's louder, more anarchic sound. Ultimate eventually surpasses 200 million streams across platforms without major label backing. Curry's ascent proves that lyrical intensity and internet virality aren't mutually exclusive. While many SoundCloud contemporaries chase trends, he anchors himself in storytelling and social critique, earning long-term respect from fans and critics. As Imperial lands him a Warner distribution deal in 2017, Curry's evolution from Raider Clan affiliate to festival headliner shows how SoundCloud nurtures not just novelty, but depth. The viral success of Ultimate brings major label infrastructure into play, right as a new Florida wave begins to surface. When 6ix9ine uploads his early tracks to SoundCloud between 2014 and 2016, he pairs blown-out distortion with screamed chaotic verses. Songs like Exodia and Helsing Station attract niche listeners in Eastern Europe and New York's underground because of their extreme aggression and bizarre cover art. His early numbers remain modest, but he builds a small cult following through reposts on meme pages and obscure hip-hop blogs. The music spreads through shock, not polish. Most tracks clock under 2 minutes and sound recorded in one take. SoundCloud's algorithm favors engagement, not aesthetics, so the chaos works in his favor. He earns tens of thousands of plays before any press outlet mentions his name. Gummo drops in October 2017 and goes viral almost instantly, without label support or radio play. Its YouTube video, filmed on a Brooklyn block with gang members and red flags, garners over 5 million views in its first week. Meme accounts repost the rainbow-haired rapper's image relentlessly. An internet beef with Trippie Red pushes engagement even higher. Song enters the Billboard Hot 100 by November and peaks at number 12 in December, earning platinum status within 3 months. 6ix9ine signs with indie label 10,000 Projects, which capitalizes on the buzz to push his first commercial mixtape. Gummo proves that shock value can translate directly into chart metrics when timed with social media virality. When Day 69 drops in February 2018, it debuts at number 4 on the Billboard 200 with 55,000 units in its first week, almost entirely from streaming. The project includes 6 songs that chart individually, including Billy and Kuda, thanks to sustained SoundCloud anticipation and his non-stop presence on Instagram. Unlike past mixtape artists who built careers from touring, 6ix9ine thrives entirely online, using controversy as currency. As legal troubles and gang affiliations dominate headlines, his streaming numbers climb even higher. His career underscores how SoundCloud's ecosystem, paired with YouTube and social virality, allows spectacle to outperform traditional artist development. The success of Day 69 sets the stage for major label bids, despite mounting legal risks.
These artists didn't follow the rules. They made music how they wanted, dropped it when they felt like it, and built real followings without any label.
If you like this video, give it a like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment if we miss someone. Let us know who you want to see next.